Hello friends and newcomers alike. If you are new here, my name is Leah Love and my channel is all about being realistic and no filters. You're going to see all my hyperpigmentation, my dark circles, my wrinkles on my forehead. This is a real channel. And so also it's a real channel about beauty and beauty expectations. I am showing you different ways to do beauty techniques. Currently we are on the Back to Fasics series, which gives you a little bit more in depth on each and every product that you use on a daily basis for your makeup or a non-daily basis. And if you're interested in this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then slip on over to that little bell next to it. That's the notification bell. You can actually click on that and personalize it however you want to get whatever videos you'd like to. That's way you can be notified on the videos that I upload. Let's get started in the video. Today we have already covered so much in the eyeliner and everything like that, different ways. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to combine it with some little bit of tricks and things. But what I'm going to do is I have these little e.l.f. Line and Define eye tape. They're really great. You can use regular tape, but I advise that if you use regular tape, go ahead and place it as, and I mean scotch tape. I don't mean duct tape or anything like that. Please don't put duct tape on your face. But if you take the scotch tape, just put it on the back of your hand just one good time so you can lay it on your eye and it won't really like pull and tug when you go to take it off your eye after you've gotten the angle you want. You can also use a tissue, just if you don't want to stick anything on your face. If you've already had your foundation on and everything, just take a tissue or a like a card angle, and we're going to just work on different angles. I'm going to do my eyes differently at different angles so that you can see the difference in what we're talking about. We're going to talk about the fox eye versus cat eye. I'm going to go ahead and take these e.l.f.s. I have nothing on my eyelids. I literally put a little bit of color product into my eyebrows so you can see them, and that's about it. These come off very easily, and I'm going to go ahead and look into my I'm not going to have to look into that mirror. I'm going to have to look into this mirror over here. So what I like to do is go ahead and take this. Now this one we're going to work towards the cat eye. So with a cat eye you want to angle it. You see how, just slap myself in the eye. Okay, the edge of your nose, the edge of your eye, and out. That's what we're going to kind of do like that for the cat eye, because the cat eye is definitely more angled than the actual fox eye. Now, when you look at me, I'm going to lean forward so you can see when I put this on, I'm angling it with that. See how I'm angling it to line up with that? But I'm not touching this area right here with the tape. I don't want to totally conceal that area because I want to be able to touch it with shadow or liner. So next is the fox eye. The fox eye one we're going to go ahead and put on, and because I want you to see the difference. Fox eye is way more flatter than that one. Than the cat eye. You're achieving in a more elongated look as more of a upward turned eye. They both help to elongate the eye and give you a more almond eye, but this one is definitely a lot more angular, so it's going to turn your eye up a lot. This one's going to pull your eye out. Almost like you've done one of these things. Kind of look without actually doing that. So again, I'm not fully applying it to the lash line, but I am right near it, and I'm basically angling this towards the top of my ear, you know, right here. We're coming in right here. See? Now if you look at these straight away, you could see such a massive difference in the two. So I am going to work from one palette today, and that is the Transition palette by Dominique Cosmetics. It's a load of colors that would pretty much go with any look. You can even use this as a blush. and, you know, liners and eyebrows and even some contour and all of that. And then you have this interesting, like, mustardy kind of color. Okay, so we're not going to do any primer or anything today. I really want you to understand just kind of the basics of what it is. Usually you prime before you put on your eyeshadow. The reason why you use an eye primer as opposed to a concealer is because eye primer actually has grip to it, and it's supposed to grab your eyeshadow, just like primer for your face is supposed to grab your foundation. Well, this is grab your eyeshadow and really hold it in. That's my preference of using an eyeshadow base. That's the reason why I use an eyeshadow base. But if you prefer to use concealer or something else or none at all, that's your prerogative. Again, makeup has a theory, but there's no limitation on your creativity. So I know I'm going to look super silly, but I'm trying to cover all of this in one video so that you are like, you know your eyes, know how to get it all done with these special, these are the most trendy type of looks. We can tackle halo eyes and other cut creases and things like that in other videos when it comes to eyeshadow, but right now I'm just working on the eyeliner type look. So we're going to go ahead with our, I think we're going to do powder versus liquid liner kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 14 angled brush, and I'm going to go ahead and nail the fox eye with this one. We're going to first use the color Smoky, which is actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit Smoky. Smoky is the black in the transition palette, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the fox eye. Fox eye is usually a little less dramatic, a little less stark than the cat eye. So I'm going to go ahead and just, you're taking out the corner, going straight for that thing, that little piece of tape. And I'm just taking it straight out from the corner. Can you see? I'm literally taking it straight out from the corner of my eye. Boom. Done. Okay. I'm only angling, dab, 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 a little bit right there. Okay. And that's that with, and then we're going to take a, let me see, this is a Morphe brush. I don't know what number this is, but it's like a little bit fluffier, but it's flat kind of in a way. I don't know if you can see, it's like a little flat and it's fluffy. And it's obviously stained because it gets a lot of use. And I'm just going to go ahead and dab that area because the fox eye is actually really kind of subtle. So with that black, you've carved out, okay, there's the area, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and take Mocha. This is, you could almost use, I personally could almost use this as a eyebrow product. So with the tape, the one thing I like about the tape is instead of tissues or using a card or a chamois or something like that, is the fact that it sticks your face and you don't have to be holding it and holding your palette and holding your brush or what you're using, you know? So anyways, go ahead and tap this color on here to kind of diffuse that black a little bit. I'm going to kind of blend it in. Soft, soft. See? Just soft. The further you hold out on your brush, the softer your touches are going to be. So if you're holding way up here, they're going to be really tight and precise. And then if you hold back here, they're going to be a lot softer. So I'm just going ahead and blending this in. I'm blending down a bit into my eye. Tapping a little bit more of that color on. Tapping off any excess. Bringing it down the eye and back up. Now I'm changing brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and use a Morphe that's from the same, it's like an eye kit that I grabbed from them. Sometimes I really like their eye kits because I can get different brushes that I hadn't thought to try before, and then I end up falling in love with that brush and then going to have to find the number of that brush. Anyways, but that's what I did. It was one of their eye things. I can't remember which one it was. I've had them for a while, so just check it out. Take one of your little fluffy brushes. Again, you're going to have a lot of these. Also, don't put yourself past using a sponge. Sponges can be really, really good, and you can also use your finger to blend out things. The warmth of your finger warms in a product. That's why it's like when you're using a cream blush and such, or a, you know, foundation or concealer or corrector or whatever. It's really nice. It warms it into your skin. So there's a nice start. And then now I'm going to go into Hazelnut, which is this color right here. And I'm going to very softly add a little bit more depth. The fox eye is to bring that eye out. You want to have that long, dramatic, beautiful eye. There's also a trick with lashes that you can elongate your eye with. That's another time. That's another... Stay tuned. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go into the color Blushing, and then I'm going to go into Soft and Sweet, okay? Just so you know, as you can see, I'm kind of building up the softness of this. I'm not using a lot of brushes. Again, out here, using it, and I'm softly going over. I have these colors are pigmented, even more so when you add a primer. But I'm not even using a primer, not today. We're just go ahead and carefully applying it. See how I'm pulling it out? Just pulling it out. Now we're going into Soft and Sweet. Tapping off any extra and going over the top. The key to makeup is blend, 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 blend. Sometimes you do want that stark contrast, like in cut creases and things like that. But when you're doing like a thing like the fox eye, it really needs to be blended out the best you can do. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this little sponge. Some people don't like them, some people like them. And I'm going to go ahead and set it right into Frothy. Frothy is the lightest color in the palette. And you're going to go ahead and just dab that on the inner corner. Just to brighten it up and to angle it some. I'm going to take this and the same brush that had the Soft and Sweet and Blushing on it and just blend it in. Take a little bit more just because I know my inner corner is so dark right now. And I'm going to press right in to that area to brighten it up. I have no concealer on or anything, as you can see by my under eyes and all my freckles and my red nose from blowing it a million times. But I'm just using this to brighten up that area. And then I'm going to take that same Morphe brush that I put Soft and Sweet on and Blushing, and I'm just blending it in the rest of the way. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to blend underneath a little bit. And there's that. Thing about the fox eye, there's another thing that's important about the fox eye is you actually want to get that little corner and you want to kind of bring it down a little bit. You can do this with your liquid eyeliner, you could do it with your anything really, any color. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take some setting spray, and I'm looking around because I realized I didn't put it on my table. But I'm going to take some setting spray and I'm going to go into probably Mocha, which I'll show you in one moment. And it's a dark brown in the palette. And go ahead and just carefully bring that inner corner down a little bit. Okay, I have my Milani Make It Last setting spray. Prime, correct, and set. I love this stuff. It's great. It's cruelty free. Alright, so we're going to go in with Mocha. Mocha, 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 Mocha. Mocha is right here. It's a pretty brown. I added a little bit of that setting spray on it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and angle that down just ever so slightly. As you can see, it angled nicely. And it doesn't look too overdone because I did choose to use a brown instead of a black. Black gives a harsher reading, especially not just on camera, but in general, it's just harsher. So if you want to keep things soft and subtle, go with more of a brown or even powders and things like that. Now you can angle your fox eye down more, you can angle it a little bit up more, or whatever you want. This is my preference of how I do the fox eye. It's really pretty, it's subtle. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull off this side to make sure that I have blended out enough. Carefully pull off that. And if you look, see how crisp that line is? And you want it to kind of blend out into nothing. But if you could see why I layered all of those colors. I went a little down, but I will also touch that up too. Again, blending is really important. I'm just using the camera to blend and blend and blend and blend. Fox eye, you really want it to fade into that nothingness. With liners, you also can go on the inner rim of your eye. I'm going to go ahead and brighten up the inner portion of my eye. I'm going to use this little one called Fake Awake, and it is by Tarte. It's in this teeny little thing. I don't know where I got it from. But it's like a full liner, it feels like, because see how big that is? You're going to go ahead and you're going to take this and you're going to put it in your lower lash line. It's going to feel a little weird, but go ahead and just, this, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You could also put a brown one in here, which would probably look really pretty. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on my lash line. Or not lash line, but my water line. I'm not even doing that on my lash line. I can't talk today. I blame it on my ear infection. So just bear with me. You see how that just, it's like boom. The difference in my eyes. This one automatically looks wider. No mascara, no extra liner, no anything. This is just the eye itself. The liner that we have created and diffused with powder. Now we're going to move on to the other eye, and we're using the same stuff. We're going to actually create a cat eye. Now we're going to do this doing two ways. We're going to use powder, and we're going to use liquid liner. This way you're going, by the end of this, you're going to see a stark difference. And this is going to be a really long video, and I'm sorry. My hair is driving me crazy. I should just go ahead and pin it back. Well, I keep messing with it. I don't know if you guys noticed I kept messing with it. I have these here. I might as well just pin it back. Okay. You'll see a lot of people pose like this because it looks like you've snatched your eye out. They usually angle their eyebrows, but I'm not doing my eyebrows right now, okay? This is all liner and how you do the cat eye and fox eye. But as you can see, it kind of looks like I pulled out my eye. Like, not pulled out my eye, but pulled it taut. Now we're going to start on this side by doing a dark shadow. Black, brown, anything along those lines. You're going to really want to, create this. You could create a cat eye with any colors you want. Neon. But this is what we're going to do today. So what I'm going to start with is, I'm actually going to start with a black, which the same black I used before in the Dominique transition palette is called Smoky. It is the black in the palette right here, the darkest color. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap in on that side. That's because we're going to have this dark outside. Go ahead and just pat that in right there. Now, because I have hooded eyes, when I pat something in, I need to look and pat it in so that it actually translates properly to camera or to even me looking at people. If I just go like this and just go like follow the liner like up, it's gonna look like this weird little happy face on the side that I've just like decided to do. Go ahead and open my eye up and carry it straight through here. And you're going to see it's kind of like a bat wing when you get done with it. But we're going to really make this pop. We're not doing anything fancy schmancy here. We're just kind of getting this all together. Okay. Then we're going to take the dark brown that I used before, which is the mocha, and we're going to go ahead and diffuse some of that. Kind of like a semi-smoky look. One thing I also love about doing my eyes first is the fact that you can go and clean up any mess or any fallout that you've had without ruining your complete and utter look of foundation or concealer that you've spent a while trying to blend out and make look perfect. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Now I'm going to switch out to that brush that I used for the blushing and soft and sweet. I'm going to kind of mix the two, bounce them back and forth. And I'm going to start up here. Start to blend that out. Transitioning is really nice. You want to remember, blend into nothing. Blend out. You want it to look really nice. A little bit to that under eye. A little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to take that blushing and that soft and sweet and do the same thing. Because we're going to extend it a little bit, but see that? We're going to go ahead and blend in a little bit more of that smoke with some coal. I like those two names, smoke and coal. They kind of like complement each other, which they're gray and black, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so you see that? Now we're going to go in and blend again, blend upwards. Now, here's where your tape is really going to become your really good friend, especially when you have hooded eyelids like me. I'm going to go ahead. I have my little one. For the life of me, I did my daughter's face makeup for her like an 80s party, and I cannot find either one of my Kat Von D or KVD, however you want to say it, tattoo liners, and they're one of my favorites. I have them black and brown, and I cannot find them. I can only find my little teeny one. So yeah, I don't know where they went. I hope they didn't grow legs and walk off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look directly into this mirror because of my eyes, and I'm going ahead and I'm going to drag this out. Okay, starting down here at the corner of my eye. Follow this, and even if I don't follow it great, it's going to come out crisper and better because of the tape. Now, this is the important part. I'm going to dot my lid where I want that wing to come to, and you're going to see such a weird drawing when I do this. Now, you see, you're like, oh no, she done messed herself up. Nope. Go ahead and angle this. And then I start coloring it in. I'm gonna color this in. Now, if you look at it, it looks really funny. This is what people are calling the bat wing. So, remember in the other videos how I said we have to contort ourselves? Well, hi. Yeah, I'm contorting myself. Now all I'm doing is straightening out the liner. Now, when you look at me straight ahead, you can see like the liner goes, oh, she looks like she's got a really good liner done. I mean, it looks so nice. Oh my goodness, she did such a good job. And then when I close my eyes, you got this really cool kind of look. See what I mean? And that's all because I have hooded eyes. Now for me, it looks like when I look in the mirror or look in the camera right now, it's like it's lined up so nicely and it looks so good and all that stuff. So, and then when I close my eyes, I just do. I think that's really cool, the little Batwing look. Anyways, I'm a superhero fan. If you didn't know, you probably do know. I have a Harley Quinn shirt on right now. So, yeah, there's that little tidbit of information about me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this teeny little brush by Morphe, and I'm going to dip it into that beautiful smoky black. And I'm going to go ahead and tap this onto my liquid liner just to give it a little bit more of a matte look. Dab a little bit on the bottom. We're going to have to even that out just ever so slightly when we pull off that. But on this eye, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually line my inner waterline with a black liner. This is the Maneater by Tarte. I really do love Tarte stuff. I mean, they're cruelty free and everything. I think they're some of the first. Them and Smashbox were like the first products I started using that were like more high end. This way you get that really, really black look into your eyes. Such a huge difference, I know, between the two. But when I pull this tape off, you're really going to be able to see like how different the actual line is. And any corrections you need to do, then that's when you do. So this, see how that black just like carried it out so nicely. And as always, I have the extra under here, but again, if I was doing a full face of makeup, it wouldn't matter because I would just touch that up with the concealer or whatever. So as you can see, I have that really cool Batwing technique there. So you're just going to touch up any area that you need to. I use my fingers. I also use clean, tissues or whatever. But, so yeah, you can really see the difference. And when I raise my eyes up like that, you could see the thing. But, when I look straight ahead, you could see why I did that. It actually looks like the liner just goes straight like it should, instead of having this weird, trust me. So you just, you snatch this up and it's got that cut. It's really nice. And so yeah, it's like a triangle right here, and then like a Batwing, maybe to his car or something, which looks really cute. I don't know, I've said that a million times in this long video. But anyways, that's how you do your liners combined together, like with powder and your regular liners, your gel liners, your light liners, and yeah, I use multiple brushes to show you. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry, usually I try to run them a lot shorter than this, and time just kind of got away. I probably should have broken the two up in different videos, but I didn't. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I make a video, hit the notification bell, and it will notify you every time I upload. As always, thank you so much for watching. And you know what? Makeup can do a whole lot for the outside, but it can't do much for the inside. So stay beautiful on the inside. Much love. Have an awesome day. Go out and enjoy your weather. I hope it's beautiful where you are. Mwah.